Once again, this is about mass shootings. I'm still thinking about mass shooters. I think most, if not all, of the shooters were young men. I've written before that young is stupid. That's a generalization, not true in every case, but I'll stand with it. Young is stupid. The question becomes, when does a person cease to be young? Of course it varies. Some people hang on to their youth into their 50s and 60s, even beyond. At some point, though, everyone has to own up to being old. Unfortunately, they're still stupid. Young stupid and old stupid are not the same. Young stupid is invincible, bulletproof. It thinks that way anyway. Old stupid is more reluctant, tentative, and a little sorrowful. Stupid at any age is largely passive. It rarely rises to criminal behavior, and if it does, it's a misdemeanor, something stupid. Stupid people harm mostly themselves, in their self-esteem, their reputation, or their physical well-being. Hurting others, killing others, is clearly quite another activity. It may have started at stupid, but it left stupid far behind. Malevolence is not stupidity. It is highly designed, fiendish behavior, predatory. It is cruel and uncaring. Something has completely overridden the old milk of human kindness switch. When you're dealing death to others, strangers, the motivation has to be powerful, overwhelming, nothing at all like poor old stupidity. I think the motivation behind many of the mass shootings is a ferocious righteousness. The shooter feels that something terribly wrong is going on, and he wants to attack it, injure it, and to draw attention to his motivation, his cause, just and noble. John Wilkes Booth was moved by righteousness. He saw Abraham Lincoln as a scoundrel, a despot, one who opposed and crushed the sanctity of states' rights. He believed that if he could kill Lincoln, if his accomplices could kill several other figures, then the war would not be over. The great cause of the South, freedom, liberty, self-determination, would live on. Booth was engaged by the circumstances and furious with his own impotency. He was a man who made his living as an actor by playing other people. Now, here, he had a chance to really act, as his own man, and to strike a blow against tyranny and for freedom. He did it, and we remember him as the cowardly assassin of a great man. Somehow, his plan completely backfired, and history put its boot on his neck and snapped it. He was shot to death ignominiously in a barn. Dietrich Bonhoeffer is remembered as one of the great heroes of the past century, a time that was short on heroes. Bonhoeffer returned to Nazi Germany because he decided it was there he was needed most, to offer hope and consolation to those who were having their property rights erased and their lives systematically eliminated. Bonhoeffer had an unshakable faith. It was much stronger than his fear of dying. He was a pacifist, but he became convinced that the only way to derail the runaway Nazi express was to kill Hitler. He became a conspirator in a plan to do that. It failed, and he was jailed. He ministered to the other prisoners until he was hanged, days before the end of the war. History remembers Bonhoeffer as a martyr and something of a saint, while Booth is a villain. I say they are the same person. One took a more active role and succeeded, but they were both aiming at the same goal, and they were both utterly sure of the righteousness and necessity of their actions. Both men died with clear consciences, wishing only that they could have fought on. I only regret that I have but one life to give. I do not know if the shooters are heroes or villains. We see them as being thoroughly despicable and disreputable, but I think they were similarly motivated. It takes a great cause to drive a man to such drastic action, to make him go to war.